The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Harrington, Director of Business Development here at TopBuilder. Welcome to the 20th episode in our webinar series and today's topic, Construction Data Services. If you have attended any of our webinars in the past, it's the same format. This webinar is being recorded and we'll send the recording and slides out tomorrow. Though all attendees are on mute, we encourage you to put your questions in the questions or chat and we'll address them before we end our session today. And now I'll turn it over to Dave Knowles, Founder and Chief Product Officer to TopBuilder and Contractor BI, and he heads our data services group. Dave?
Thank you, Rob. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, thanks everybody for attending today. We're extremely excited about this topic. It's been one we've been planning for quite a while, maybe 18 years to be exact. But here's what I've got planned for you all today. So what we're going to do today, and if you've been to one of our webinars in the past, we go through the similar format on every webinar. We try to start on time, we try to end on time. It's a 35-minute webinar and we give you time for questions. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a quick update on our webinar series. We're going to give you some background on the topic that we're about to deliver. You know, what is it? Why is it important? Who is it for? And how does it work is typically the format we have. I've got a couple poll questions in here really quickly to kind of get some information from you guys to try to help me through the webinar. We'll make it quick. And then we'll dive right into the topic. We'll talk about what is TopBuilder Construction Data Services, who is it for, how it works. It'll have a short demo. This is not a very visual subject, but I'm going to present some tools and utilities and some reports to you in a demo. We're going to leave time for Q&A, and then there's a slide on some next steps. Okay, so getting right into it here. The webinar or educational series update. We try to do one of these every month on the third Thursday of the month. Summertime slows down a little bit, but that's what we're doing here today. This topic is obviously educational best practices on construction data services. And next month, we're going to plan an event or educational webinar on how to use Excel and build out dashboards, just like you see on your screenshot there on the right, using Excel data, which is really, really neat. Everybody uses Excel. And then also real quickly, we are offering an Amazon gift card to anybody that can introduce us to a peer group or a coaching group that will allow us to deliver any of these educational topics there. We like to focus on education, and anybody that can help us out there, we would really appreciate. As Rob said, we're going to send out a recording of this. We try to do it on Friday, tomorrow, the day after the webinar. And then also you can go to our website under topbuildersolutions.com, resources, and I think it's videos actually, and it'll show you a list of all of our past webinars and our upcoming webinars on our website. So you can go to that at any time, of course. Okay, so some quick background on this topic. We are very, very excited about this topic. And the reason why we're so excited about this topic is because we've been in business for 18 years. And we've talked to thousands of contractors every year. And it doesn't matter what we're talking to them about, whether it's the CRM, whether it's the dashboards, whether it's a proposal builder. We always ask them, what are your top business challenges or your pain points, so to speak? And no matter where they came from or what they're wanting from us, the data is always number one or brought up at some point. And they're all challenged with having data in multiple places, multiple siloed data sources, so to speak. Their data is fragmented and they're all looking for that single source of truth so that they can prepare reports and make decisions. Almost 100% of all these people we talk to come to us with that problem. It's very, very common in this industry. Also, we drill back on that a little bit. We say, okay, we understand because we hear this a lot, but tell me, how much time do you spend dealing with these, fragmented data sources and these data silos? And they tell us roughly about 13% of their time, or 5 hours a week, they spend pulling data together to prepare reports, which is a lot of time. And it shouldn't, the problem is once they do it all, then the data's out of date, and it's something they shouldn't have to be doing. This should be something they have at their fingertips. Okay. And so, after being in business for 18 years, and frankly, we all had careers before TopBuilder, I was a CRM manager at Hewlett Packard. We've done thousands of implementations going way back to, 35, 40 years ago, candidly. And we've developed these best practices around bringing your data together, consolidating it, merging it, deduping it, cleaning it. And these best practices is what we call construction data services. And that's what we're here to talk about today. It is extremely important and a big problem across the construction industry. And we got a little quote down here. So we just came back from TUG, the SAGE user conference, Groundbreak, which was here in Houston, and then the Dimensions user conference. And one of the people in our booth told us, look, we've been dealing with this for years. We're a 30-year-old company. We're $1 billion in revenue. We just don't know where to start to get our data into one unified data source. And I said, aha, that's the topic for our next webinar. So that's why we're here today. And we continue to hear those kind of things, by the way, every day. All right, so I'm going to do a couple quick poll questions really quickly. I'm going to make this as fast as possible. So I'm going to launch these 2 poll questions. And the first one is going to be, how many sources of data do you have to bring together to prepare reports? Are you dealing with, 1 doesn't make sense, but 2, 4, 5, how many data sources are you dealing with? And I'll distribute the answer in a couple seconds. I'm going to wait for more answers. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the poll. It looks to me like an average is what we see is about 4, average of 4 different data. So, job cost accounting, project management, estimating, and maybe a source of bid invitations or something else, maybe CRM. And they're bringing all this data into one place to produce their reports every month. Okay, so let me go to the second poll. And the second poll is asking, how much time do you spend a month for your team to prepare reports? So we're talking about hours per month. Is it less than 10 hours, 10 to 20 hours, 21 to 30 hours, 31 to 40 hours, greater than 40 hours a month across all your teams to pull together this data? And we have numbers to share from our existing customers as well. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close out this poll, and I'm going to tell you that most of our customers, like I said at the beginning, spend 13% of their time, roughly 5 hours, a little over 5 hours a week. So that's over 40 hours a month they spend, or 1 work week, let's just call it, every month to prepare data for reporting, whether it be weekly reports, monthly reports, quarterly reports, annual reports. They're doing this constantly every single month. And that's why we're here today, to talk about how to deal with that. Okay, so what is TopBuilder Construction Data Services? I mean, this is a long sentence here, but it's really a structured approach to bring together all of your data into one place, consolidating all that data, merging the data, merging customers, merging jobs, merging contacts, cleansing that data, eliminating the duplicates, of course, but also fixing things like phone numbers in the wrong place, bad phone numbers, bad email addresses. Making sure that that baseline set of data is in darn good shape, close to perfect, as close to perfect as we can get without any duplicates. And then what we do is we do something we call reconciliation. And reconciliation reconciles the data that we have in TopBuilder or in the Contractor BI data warehouse. It reconciles that data with your what other applications you're using. Let's say it's project management, Procore, Autodesk, something. It's reconciling it with your job cost accounting application, ERP, estimating platforms, sources of bid invitations like Construct Connect. And what we're doing is we're establishing those links between our data warehouse, the TopBuilder data warehouse, and Procore or whatever it may be, so that when we go to refresh your data and sync your data, we're syncing intelligently between Procore and whatever, so that we can update the data, make sure it's current, make sure it's up to date, without generating any duplicates or without corrupting any of the data. And so that's what we call reconciliation. Sometimes we go through the reconciliation process at the beginning of the project, and we also have the ability to do that, anytime after we onboard them. Now, of course, we're going to host the data. Hosting the data is protecting the data behind a firewall. We're going to protect it with antivirus software. We're running cyber malware scans against the database and against the infrastructure to make sure there's no security holes, no opportunities for cyber attacks. We're backing up the data every day, moving it offsite every night, and making sure that it's protected and secure. We're syncing it and refreshing it from all your different sources of data. We're monitoring it to make sure jobs are moving from point A to point B successfully, and we're giving you tools to be able to do that yourself. And then also we're giving you access to all this data through our web-based application, through a mobile app that we just rolled out, and then an open API. We also have the ability to export the data into Excel as well. We're going to get into each one of these here in a second. All right, so who is this for? Well, I mean, kind of like I said in the beginning, it's kind of for everybody. But I mean, if you're not doing a large volume of bids, or you don't have a large volume of projects, you can probably get away with managing this in Excel and updating things in Excel or Access or whatever without taking on a service like this. But if you have a lot of jobs, a lot of bids, a lot of historical data, and that data needs to be accessed from outside the office, from a lot of people working from home, definitely people working on the job, in the office with a web-based application, and your data is fragmented in different silos, this is a great source for you. Also, if you don't have the ability or the resources to host the data, back the data up, protect it, I recommend something like this, obviously. Make sure that data is secure, it doesn't walk out the door, and it's always protected and backed up. Another one, if you look down to the very bottom of this list, this service is often used as a data migration service. So if you think about what we just talked about, you're bringing all your data into one single source of truth. You are cleansing the data, merging the data, deduping the data, keeping the data up to date. And then once everything is in one place, locked down and backed up, and let's say you wanted to go to, let's say you're a Sage 100 customer and you want to move to Intact. You have all that data in one place. We connect TopBuilder to Intact, and we push all the data into Intact automatically after we've cleaned it, deduped it, merged it, reconciled it. It's wonderful. And you don't have to use the integration to push it into Intact. You could export it into Excel and then manually load it into Intact or wherever else you're moving to. Okay, So how does this thing work? We're going to start with the consolidation exercise. So the way this works is we take your data from the various sources. It could be Excel, comma separated files. It could be, Microsoft Access, SQL Server, or in some other ERP. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our utilities to load up that data into the common data source. And that utility, and I'll just bounce over here and kind of show you really quickly. I'm logged in already here. There's all these utilities to allow you to update customers or accounts. You can update contacts or jobs. Okay. And then what that does, it gives you a report similar to this one you see on your screen over here on the right. And it tells you how many leads you've uploaded. You may have some duplicates in that file itself. And we look at job numbers, things like that to make sure it's not a duplicate. You may have some duplicates in your file that you're uploading, or you might have some duplicates that already live in the database, and we'll identify those, and we won't create duplicates. We'll just upload the new ones, which in this scenario here is you got 1,000 of those, 1,005 of those. And then the ones that already exist in your database, we will update them with new or refreshed data. And that really, really helps make sure, everything is in one place without all the duplicates merged together. And then we send you a report and say, hey, look, you're missing some customers on some of these jobs, or you're missing contacts on some of these jobs, or you have these bad phone numbers or email addresses. And in TopBuilder, it's very easy to plug in that email address in the search bar, and you'll find it, and then you can go fix that typo. You can go in there and just fix these things. Or what you can do is you can export everything back out of TopBuilder, scrub your data, and then load it back in using the same upload utility. And what that does is it cleans the data. So you export what you have, you update it in Excel, then you re-import it. If you look down here on the bottom, that will take care of cleaning up all that data for you. So a lot of times it's easier to update in Excel and then re-import it. Okay, and so there's a lot of other utilities in here that you will see. You'll have the ability to go in and let's just take an account, okay, and I'm doing a little search here, and let me pull up my account. And let's say you have some duplicate accounts. You can just quickly go in here and dedupe that account. Let's say a duplicate sneaked in there somehow, and then you can run a merge and dedupe process on that account so that you've cleaned up or you've merged together those duplicates. Because sometimes duplicates can leak in. Maybe somebody hand keyed one into the system. Maybe it came in from your website and it wasn't identified as an existing customer. But having all these utilities to go in there and merge and dedupe things helps keep your data really, really clean. Now, also, there's utilities that will allow you to clean up some of your data, like your statuses, your job types, contact types, customers. That helps you keep your data clean so you can merge some of those unwanted data together and eliminate that. And then also, if somebody leaves your company, you can go in and reassign a lead from one person to another. And this takes care of reassigning all of their bids, whether they be the salesperson or the estimator or the project manager, and then also reassigns any outstanding tasks for them as well. And this helps you keep your data up to date and reassign things as needed if you have some turnover or some changes in roles in the company. So we've got all these utilities to help keep your data in tip-top shape. Okay? All right. Basically, that's what I just covered here. All right. This is the cool thing. All right, so reconciling your data. Let's just say you're a new customer of TopBuilder and you're using Procore. And we've taken all your data out of another CRM maybe, or we've taken your data out of your accounting system. Maybe you're maintaining some of your your bid tracking in Excel, whatever. We've gone through this process of loading up all the data, cleaning it, merging it, deduping it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to reconcile all this data with Procore. And so here's how that works. So I'm going to go into data services and I'm going to say, I'm going to reconcile all of my leads. And bear with me, I'm in the demo account here. So what we do is we go ahead and connect TopBuilder to Procore. And then we say, okay, we're connected to Procore, but the interface is not turned on. What we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, what do I want to reconcile right now? I want to reconcile TopBuilder with Procore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the reconciliation process. And what that just did, that was amazingly fast. But what that just did is it reached into my account in Procore and identified all the jobs that I have in Procore and matched them up with what I already have in TopBuilder. And you can see over here on the right, I've identified all these matches between TopBuilder and Procore. These are the same jobs in TopBuilder and Procore, and here's the Procore project number associated with those. Now I have a whole bunch in Procore that I don't have in TopBuilder, and that's perfectly fine. But what I want to do now is I want to say, okay, these all look great. I'm going to check all those off, and I'm going to match those up to what's in Procore. And what this does is it applies all of those matches to TopBuilder and updates TopBuilder with those Procore project IDs. Now, when I turn on the Procore interface, I'm syncing back and forth with Procore without creating any duplicates in TopBuilder. Now, you saw a whole bunch of them in there that were in Procore but not in TopBuilder. That's fine. Those will be brought down into TopBuilder and create new jobs in TopBuilder, but it will not create duplicates. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's very, very, very powerful. And then the next thing is I'm going to do the same thing with my customers. I'm sorry, in my demo account with Procore, they limit me on how many customers I can have. So I'm going to pull up Procore and I'm going to do the matches. These are my 3 matches that are in Procore. Apply these matches. And it happens really fast. But now all those things customers were matched up. And now I have a customer ID for every one of those companies that lives in Procore. Now TopBuilder is completely reconciled with Procore. Okay? So let's say I also have Sage, or I also have Spectrum, or I also have Acumatica or something else. I'll do that same exact process with Sage. It doesn't matter if it's 100, 300, or intact, Spectrum, whatever it may be. I'm going to do that same process with those applications, and now I'm reconciled with my accounting system. Then I'll go over to my estimating platform. It could be Stack, it could be B2W, it could be whatever. I'm going to do the same thing there. Now I have all my data in one place, and it's all reconciled with TopBuilder and each of the third-party applications. Fantastic. Okay. Hosting. Okay, I think we get this. Everybody understands this. But TopBuilder has done this for years. And we are on probably our 5th generation of the hosting platform within AWS. And we've got multiple databases servers running. We've got a data warehouse running. We've got antivirus scans, malware scans, cyber attack checks. We back this stuff up every day, all day, every night. We move the backups off-site. We also back up any documents or photos that you have in TopBuilder with your jobs, and those are also moved off-site and are all secure for safekeeping. And then we're monitoring this throughout the day. And we're also monitoring the updates. So when we sync with Procore, we sync with Sage, we sync with Spectrum or whatever it may be, we're monitoring those transactions to make sure, hey, this job is making it from TopBuilder over to Procore. And if we got a new job in Procore, did it make its way into TopBuilder successfully? These things are happening all day, every day to make sure your data stays clean and stays up to date. Okay, that's part of the hosting. I think I just covered this, but yeah, I mean, we're doing all this, and then we're also checking the data for anomalies, bad data, bad email addresses, missing data as well. Okay, and then let's move on to the next one, which is giving you access to the data. It doesn't do any good if you can't get to it. So there's essentially 4 ways to get to the data. There's the web-based application, which is what I'm showing you here with TopBuilder, or with Contractor BI, our data and analytics platform. This is giving you access to your data through the dashboards and the analytics or through the CRM. Okay. We have a native mobile app. It's live, but it's not published in the App Store. It will be in the App Store Monday. And it's available through Apple App Store, and then also Android, Google Store. So you'll be able to take it on the road, on the job, from home, and get access to all your data. It's fully functional CRM, all your customers, all your jobs, all your contacts. You'll get access to your quotes. You'll get access to your documents. You'll get alerts on your mobile app. A new job has been assigned to you. A task is past due, so on and so forth, right to your mobile app. Of course, you're going to be able to export data out of TopBuilder. Your customers, your jobs, your history, your contacts can be exported into Excel or CSV. And then we have a web API. And a web API is available to connect to TopBuilder. It's a 2-way push and pull from our application programming interface. So you'll have access to your data as well. And then we talked about the migration. Migration, I think I covered this already in the beginning of the webinar. But if you're bringing all your data into one place, you're cleansing it, deduping it, hydrating it, so to speak, to make sure you've got all your phone numbers, all your email address, all your contacts in one place, then you can spit that back out and import it into an application that you're migrating to, or you can use our integrations to connect to those things and just push it, which is really, really handy and automated. And then what we can do after that is done, is go back and run the reconciliation process again to make sure everything made it to the migrating application successfully. Very, very handy. Okay, that is the meat of the webinar, and I kept my word. I kept it under 30 minutes, 35 minutes. We will be emailing out the recording of the webinar. There's a QR code there if you want to hit that with your phone and request a demo. And you can also go to topbuildersolutions.com. And let me show you this really quickly. Under solutions, you can go into construction data services. Obviously, you can schedule a call here. You can request a demo here. And then also, if you want to see past webinars and upcoming webinars, those are under resources and then videos here. And then you can always reach out and contact us if you want to book a meeting. Okay, fantastic. So, Rob, questions and answers.
Dave, I think you did a great job of explaining. I don't have any questions in the chat.
Okay, fair enough. Anybody that has any questions is welcome to email us or reach out to us for a demo or a Teams meeting. We're happy to accommodate you there. And additionally, you know, if you can reply to the email when I send out an email with the recording in it. I am going to attach a copy of this presentation, so you'll have that as well. And if you want to, you can respond to that email. It'll come back to me. I'm a bit email challenged, I admit. So really your best bet is to just request a demo from our website, and that way it doesn't fall through the cracks. But we'd love to sit down and answer any questions you have. This is what we do. We've done this every day for years. And with that said, I hope everybody has a happy holidays next week, and hope to get you on a demo soon.